So Vena_reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you're a returnee, welcome back, fam.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi there, my name is Vuvu. If you're new on here, please consider pressing that red subscribe button down below and joining the family. If you're an oldie, a member of the fam, welcome back, fam, and thank you for joining me once again. This is a vlog. This is specifically a vlog for this book. We are reading Mismatched by Anne Camlin, and it's a graphic novel, so it should go by quickly, and I'm gonna keep you in the loop as we go through this one. I haven't started it yet. I absolutely love the cover to this book. Okay, I am insane about the cover of this book, and that's probably because it's reminiscent of Heartstopper, which is one of my favorite graphic novels. I have done a reading vlog of the Heartstopper books, I think 1 to 3, for you on this channel before. I'll try and link it up here if you have not seen it, but we are tucking into this one and we cannot wait to see what it's all about. Okay, the back, let me just read you the synopsis. Alice Osman did blurb this one. She is the author of Heartstopper, and she said it's a chaotically queer retelling of Jane Austen's Emma. Even is the perfect modern day Emma Woodhouse, conniving and headstrong with a lot to learn, but with a good heart underneath all of the drama. The actual synopsis reads, even Horowitz has it all: beauty, brains, and a not so secret flair for matchmaking. An Insta influencer with a taste for romance, he loves playing Cupid for the clueless. So when his shy transfer student Natalia shuffles into school, even recognizes a project with a capital P, it's not long before he sets a plan in motion, much against the better judgment of his level-headed best friend Davy. When even takes things too far, a web of drama spirals out of control. Can even learn to put his friends before his misguided ambition, or will he lose them and his own chance at romance too? Ooh. This one was sent to me by Anne Camlin for review purposes. I just want to see it as illustrated by Isadora Zeffirino. Isadora Zeffirino. And listen, I did page through this one. She did an excellent job. Okay, I want to see if I'm not feeling 100 today, but I want to see if they said anything about the author. Okay, no, they don't say anything about the author here that I can see. The dedication reads, to my parents for everything. This is from Ellen, and sorry, why do I keep calling her Ellen? This is from Anne. To queer people and all those who want them to have happy endings too. And that's what Isadora had to say in the dedication. I absolutely love the dedication. Let me tuck in and let's read together.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me when I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't go. Some people go around the world for love. think we never find.
Guys, excuse all the ring lights behind me as well. I was here doing my sprints on my channel yesterday in my room, and it was dark, so I needed all the lighting I could get. I wanted to say, so far I'm only like on the first 3 pages, and I will tell you this, it does have some humor in it. I've chuckled twice already in 3 pages, so it's promising. It's really promising. But I did stop at some point. I'm not feeling okay, so I decided to eat, relax, and just see how I'm feeling. I'm still not feeling fine, but we are on page 70. I'm using my markers as a bookmark, but we're on page 78, and so far we've met Natalie. Obviously we've met Even as well, and some of his friends. We've learned about how he is definitely some kind of influencer and what he thinks of himself, and I would like to say he thinks very highly of himself, and it comes through in how he interacts with other people in his life. He's got little to no regard for these people, okay? His friends, his family, his lifelong best friend, as well as not for their emotions. He has no regard for their emotions either, and I'm finding that very problematic. I'm not really a fan of this main character. However, I am aware that maybe the creator intended this character to be like this, so I'm looking forward to seeing if there is going to be any character development, because that would be the cherry on top for me, because right now he's an unlikable main character, and listen, I don't see what's going to change that. He meddles in everybody's business. He thinks he knows best. He's a child, and some of the things that he thinks he knows are not right, and they can be harmful, and I'm like, stop this diva in his tracks. Somebody, anybody, somehow, somewhere, please just rein him in, because why? Also, I like the fact that there is a little bit of a context to the why, right? We get to hear a little bit where I am. I don't know if it will continue to be unpacked about his parents, with his relationship with his parents, his home lifestyle, and how he became who he became. So I suppose that the lack of attention and the absence of the parent in the household, even though they live with you, got him raising himself and then feeling like he could get attention in other ways and keep it in ways that he felt were correct. So now he does feel a little bit, he is a bit big-headed basically, and he's navigating life with nobody correcting him on how to approach those kind of situations. So far so good. Like I'm saying, I'm not hating the book, but she definitely made an unlikable main character that I am truly praying can grow up, okay? Personally, by the end of this book, I need to see that something has changed, because even we are tika, for lack of a better word, we are tika. Gonna tuck into bed and read a little bit more, and I'll catch you guys up. Maybe the book is 258 pages long, I think. I'm gonna catch you guys up like at the 120 or 150 mark, okay? So check you in a bit. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish this book today, which will make me very happy, because I don't like reading vlogs, as in one book focused reading vlogs where we're in different outfits. It's just, for me, it's just hard to track, but that's a me problem. Obviously, if I have to, I will check you just now. I am on page 158, which means I've got 100 more pages left. Were it not for the napping that I did, I probably would be finished with the book by now, but we're still planning on finishing it today, and I'm not gonna hold it up. It's very heavy. So far I still don't feel the main character. So basically, I don't know if I've given you the gist of the story. These characters are based in a high school. Seems like it's in America, somewhere in America, and the main character is the president of their pride club, in a sense, like the LGBTQ type of club, and a new girl has entered the scene. When this new girl enters, she seems a little bit nerdy, etc. The main character is Evan, and he basically is the popular kid among everybody because of how well, his sexual orientation one. So the straight guys don't really have a problem with him, and the straight girls and other girls really like him because he's really good at doing makeup. And that's how he becomes friends with the new girl Natalie, who seems quite nerdy. So when Natalie enters the scene, he makes her his project, wants to do her makeup, wants to matchmake her with somebody that he thinks is ideal, whether or not Natalie thinks so is really not a consideration at this point. However, somebody else likes Natalie, and that somebody that likes Natalie happens to tell her, and then even kind of dissuades her from agreeing to date this other person because he has personal issues with that person. So the reason why I'm giving you this context is also because I really worry about how high school scenarios in these books play out, because I do feel like they grab from reality, and friendships that if you learn to use your friends so early on in life, trust me, you are going to venture into adulthood having learned that habit and not knowing how to get rid of it. And that's exactly what this main character is doing, which is something that's really upsetting me. And as I'm reading, I'm like, I really hope this guy grows. Like, we've got 100 pages left, we've read 150 something already. Please, can you stop it? So he has his own crush. He's been trying to get his crush's attention, but now it seems like he's no longer crushing on this guy now that he's gotten to know him better and can sense that this guy may or may not be interested in him. Natalie herself, she is also part of this club, but she's not sure whether she likes girls or boys, and he had some strange advice for her on how to figure that out, and I was like, boy, I'm very defeated by this main character. And like I was saying, I think I did mention that the author probably did that on purpose, and I really hope it's for a point, okay? Because if he does not grow in this book, I'm gonna be very, very upset. So the girl who liked Natalie when she first arrived is still pining over her, but then because Natalie and Evan crafted a message together to reject her, she really genuinely thinks this girl does not like her, whereas that is not the exact truth. Darby is Evan's best friend. I really think Darby likes Evan, but Evan, and I so for some reason I feel like he doesn't know, he can't see, and like I don't know how much clearer this guy could be, but I might be wrong. There's obviously a very untoward guy in the story, and I don't think it would be a LGBTQ represented book without the strange guy in the story. So there is a strange guy in the story, and a part of me does empathize with him, even though he's done something that I don't agree with. But I'm trying to see if the author is going to give us a little bit of his story as well. So that's how far I am. I'm probably gonna check in at the end, where I'm gonna let you know if it's a no, maybe, yes, absolutely type of read for me. Okay, so I will check in with you when I've gathered my thoughts about all of these characters, and I will let you know what it is that I liked and what it is that I disliked. So stick around. Okay, so we finished the book. So I just finished Mismatched by Anne Camlin. Yes, by Annie. I just finished Mismatched by Anne Camlin, and you know what? It really was a whole lot of pages of me being frustrated, but holding on and hoping that our main character is going to see the light. Eventually he does, and he does have a lot of character development, which I truly appreciated, especially for that character, because heaven knows I was going to throw this book on the floor, as gorgeous as it is. So I'm so glad that Anne gave us what we were looking for, even though she frustrated us for the most part. So in essence, I feel like the themes that are explored in this book are what young adults go through in terms of trying to find their identity, trying to find their voice, trying to build friendships, and trying to fit in. And at times that can create a certain character out of a young person that truly might not be who they are. This is a group of 17 to 18-year-olds, so they are in late high school, and while trying to navigate their personality and their character that's still forming, I do believe that good guidance in terms of adult guidance around them is very important, and I think this points to that as well as friends that come from solid family structures who can tell you whether you feel like it's because they're picking on you, criticizing you, hating on you, who can tell you when something is right and when something is wrong. Not obviously sparing your feelings in as far as they don't really want to hurt you, but not sparing your feelings so much that they will not tell you the truth. Those two things really came out very loudly for me, that it's important for adults to be present in their children's lives, and the adults in question don't necessarily just have to be the kids, and the fact that you need people around you who can tell you when you're doing something wrong. The other theme that comes out is how second chances are available and how true friendship works, because Evan and Natalie happen to like the same people, or the same people like them in like various stages of their crushes, but that has never affected their friendship, because they're all they both and everybody else involved still in a season of discovery. These are not the people that they're going to marry, and these are just mere crushes. So if the other person turned out to like the other one and not the one that's actually crushing on them, they found a healthy way to navigate that. My favorite characters in this book were definitely the best friend, Darby. Darby spoke things as they were. He was himself throughout. He knew what was right, he knew what was wrong, and he knew how to put his friend of years, as in they've been friends all of their lives, in his place. And then my second favorite person was Natalie. Natalie, though she was so spoken, looked like a bit of a nerd, a misfit, etc., I feel like she was still very level-headed, very strong in terms of who she was, and was kind as well. I think that being kind in a group of friends is a very important thing. Even in a one-to-one interaction with your friends, I think being kind is something that is absolutely unmatched. In instances where Evan thought that Natalie was going to crash out because they liked the same person and the person did this or did that, etc., she received him with such grace, such warmth, and made sure that she carved space for him to understand that it's okay, and she can move on. She will find her person, and it doesn't mean as much as what Evan might think it meant at that time. I also enjoyed the sister. I think that she brought a lot of quirk into the story, as well as her fiance Ben. Let's see, the parents' presence was really very, very, and I suppose that was the point. At some point Evan does mention that the parents work very hard and they're hardly ever around, so they were hardly ever around in the book as well. But we did see the mother from time to time, and you saw that maybe she's experiencing her own pressures with society and trying to raise her kids and trying to make a living, but you could tell that she loves her son. So at least that was not the question. But I would hope that if I'd ever find myself in a situation like that, that I've built enough structures for my children to still have some adult guidance from people that they love, that they feel they can reach out to, because I feel like that adult community is something that we millennials don't really tap into as much as our parents used to, in the sense that you need other grown-ups to be able to raise a child. You cannot raise a child on your own. That child, as exemplified in this book, ends up raising themselves, and that can be a recipe for disaster. So I'll come back So all in all, I do feel like the book covered a lot of very important topics, worthy of discussing, worthy of picking up from, and actually using to navigate your life in relation, especially to young adults. I think what I didn't quite enjoy with the book was the pacing of the book. I think that it moved a little bit slowly for me. It did that thing that I always complain about when it comes to YA books, that the point, even after the point has been driven home, the authors often spend a period of time on the point that you already get instead of letting the story develop. However, I'm always very mindful, and I always state that YA books are not written for me. I'm not a young adult, and what I don't appreciate might be something that that young adult appreciates. And authors that write YA books, since I've been picking up this trend, surely know why they have to keep that line of repetition for that particular audience. I don't know if that makes sense. So it's not me saying that the book is awful or awfully written because that style of writing didn't appeal to me. And the other thing that I didn't enjoy was the fact that there were not proper transitions between days and periods of times, right, in the scenes. And like, let's say for example in Heartstopper, you could tell that time has moved because there's a transition that Alice would use for us to be able to relate as to which period in the story we're in. In this one, we could be here today, the next scene that you're seeing is 3 weeks later, and no, there's no indication that it's 3 weeks later. You're only picking it up in the dialogue, and I had a problem with that initially, and I still feel like even towards the end it was still something that was there, and that can really be a stumbling block for somebody who's trying to get through the story. Something is on my eye chair. Okay, so those are the two main things for me, the pacing, as well as like I'm putting it together, as well as like the repetition, as well as the transitions between the stories that I didn't quite enjoy. One thing I haven't touched on, and I would be doing is Adora a disservice if I don't, is just the beauty of the illustrations. Okay, if nothing else, that book, the pictures, no, she ate, and it is gorgeous. Every single page, I don't have a page where I didn't enjoy the illustrations. I absolutely love the work that she has shown. I've never seen her other works, but the work on that book, brilliant, well done, like 10 out of 10. So in terms of, is it a no, maybe yes, absolutely. I think this one for me personally is a maybe for a person who is in their adult years. You're not a new adult, you are a good old grown up. This is a maybe for you, especially if you still have kids who are going to be going into their teen years, who are going to be navigating social media, going to be navigating sexuality, crushes, and all those kind of things. I think that this is like a firm maybe for you. However, if you are a teenager who's about to enter the phase of new adult and who's transitioning, let's say from high school to like varsity, or in their like grade 10 to 12 era, I think this is a definite yes. It's a definite yes for you. And if you're a parent who's got a child that is in that season in their life, as well as who might be trying to figure out their sexuality, I think that this one is a firm yes for that child as well. But otherwise, I enjoyed doing this very quick read with me as we read Mismatched over there. Now that's why I'm not carrying it. As we read Mismatched together, I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. Until next time, I truly do love you guys for choosing me. Bye for now.